Now, just a moment ago, President Hage addressed the UN General Assembly a short while ago, emphasizing on a number of issues facing Namibia and, of course, then the world at large, touching on matters ranging from climate change and, of course, then the war in Ukraine, currently still ongoing. Now, we're joined in studio now by Public Policy Analyst Dr. Marius Kudumo to just get his thoughts on the President's speech. Very good evening to you, Doctor, and thank you so much for making the time to join us.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
So, you got a chance to have a quick listen to the President's speech. Just give us your overall views and thoughts on the President's speech overall.
Yeah, the speech have touched on global issues facing humanity. The President referred to global peace and security. He referred to issues of unemployment, poverty, inequality in the world. He also touched on the impact of climate change on society and so on. So broadly, it was within the mandate of what the General Assembly is supposed to be debating, including the Sustainable Development Goals. So it touched on the issues facing humanity.
Now, of course, he went very broad in terms of most of the issues that he touched. He pretty much went through any and all geopolitical current situations that are happening globally. However, were there any specific from those that he did mention that you would have liked to hear him emphasize a bit more on?
Yeah, basically the impact of COVID-19 on the economy, on people and livelihood. I am of the view that he should have emphasized a little bit more in terms of what Namibia is doing to recover from the impact of COVID-19. Secondly, the issue of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. I should have liked to see that there is more emphasis in terms of what are the actions and what is it that we are expecting from the global community to support us in addressing those issues, because those are real issues and they have implication on human security if they are not properly addressed.
Correct. And just on the part, briefly before we let you go, on the part of human security, in fact, you've heard the President also make mention of Africa wanting a seat at the UN, of course, then in the UN Security Council, which is something that the President has actually been emphasizing for quite a number of years now. Considering the war in Ukraine and how that affects inflation and, of course, then the global supply chain, what should Africa be doing better to raise their voices to actually be heard and finally see that goal being achieved?
Multilateral organizations are complex and their decision-making processes are not easy. I think Africa have a position on the reform of the United Nations Security Council. I think what is important is the urgency of that matter, that message that this is an urgent matter that need to be addressed. As I have said, the Security Council is an architecture of the Second World War, and that condition is different from the current condition. Indeed. And we need to emphasize it as a matter of urgency for the Security Council to be reformed. Not only for Africa, there are also other continents that are not properly represented on the Security Council.
I totally agree with you. Dr. Kudumo, thank you so much once again for making the time.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. That was Public Policy Analyst Dr. Marius Kudumo sharing his thoughts on the President's speech at the UN General Assembly. I'll bring you matters back home, specifically related to